Well, as you can see, I am a sweaty mess, but for good reason. We have a bit of progress done on the haunted trail with all these flippin' poles in the ground. You can see the entrance to the second shelter there and the entrance to the first one here. Now, to be compliant, this is a 3-foot wide doorway. And then we're going to have, of course, wall paneling to either side. People enter in here. Obviously, there's going to be decor and, you know, the entire theming in here. And they're going to exit this way. Now, this, I have to do some work on this. Is obviously not going to be how it fully looks. Probably going to add a bottom row of the netting so it's completely covered. But you can see where the wall will be. I think it looks pretty cool. Looks fun. It blends in well. And once these poles are painted a different color, especially the striped one, it's going to just look like shrubbery and greenery. And I think that's really exciting, especially when we get the lighting going. And at night, it's a completely different vibe at night. What's also cool here is that it's, you know, a very brief, but nevertheless, an interesting little choose your own adventure path. You can go this way, or you can go this way. Either way, you're going to end up right back here, but it's a little fun hazard, I suppose. And then, of course, we're going to have the fog in there with our zombie friend. We have the picnic table in place. This will be the entrance to a second shelter. And this will be our campsite. I think we're making progress. Well, my friends, we got a U-Haul, and we have the trailer back here in the storage area. If you remember, this used to be where I kept all my items, but now it's in here. So take a look at all my stuff. It's quite a bit. We'll kind of unpack it once we get over to the farm. But suffice it to say, you can see where we're going with this. Yeah, we're making connections. We're going to stop. We're going to get some wood, and then we're going to make our way to the farm. Can you tell that this is my trailer? What gave it away? Come on. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. During the day, this haunt looks completely different. The night is really the true test of a haunted house, because that's where everyone's going to experience it. You can't go to a haunt during the day. It won't work, especially a trail like this. A lot of it comes down to the mood, the atmosphere, and the lighting. So this is like lighting tests, but I went ahead, got this camo netting right in front of this very large, very creepy tree. As you can see, it kind of made a somewhat of a gobo, not completely. It wasn't exactly what I thought, but I still like the result. And it almost appears like there would be a scare actor there. Now, I suppose there could be even, but there doesn't have to be. Sometimes it's just the suspense, of someone thinking that a character is going to jump out. And then, of course, it's hard to see here, but I put this little flickery light because it kind of looks like, honestly, it looks like one of those light poles from Friday the 13th. And then you can see more of the camo. I'd like to, in theory, have this camo go behind this. Another thing to take into account, or that I'm going to have to worry about, is the wind, because see how it kind of picks up on this? Luckily, the air goes through it, so it's not going to catch like a sail. But at the same time, these are technically the walls, so I'm going to have to get them tighter. And with screws, I think that will definitely be possible. But to start this early on a lighting test is pretty fun. And for a nice little added detail, I added the Smokey the Bear Prevent Wildfires sign. I love it. It'll go great with our zombie bear, and I might even change wildfires to say, the spread, or the undead, or, you know, insert ed rhyming word there. Doesn't have to be, but, you know. Well, I am back the next day, and you will see how different things look during the day. I just put this here. This won't obviously be here. I just wanted to cover it up. But I got this desk from Facebook Marketplace, and I quite like it. Now, keep in mind, the ground looks like ground now, but at night, the lighting will make this look like an entirely interior building. You can see some of the cracks in the walls, obviously, but it's all well and good. Just, we have to trust the process. This board will actually have missing people on it. Like, I'm gonna get some black and white pictures. And it's kind of ironic because it says lost in nature. Then I got this nice desk, actually. I don't mind it being out in the weather because I got it for a pretty cheap deal. But it is nice, so hopefully it holds its own. And I got these books. It's rather a fake stack of books from Hobby Lobby. Pretty sweet. And then there'll be a wall here, obviously. I have to continue these walls. Have to adjust some slight things. Gotta make sure this is all covered up so people don't get spoiled, obviously. But this is the trail. To loop around this way. I'm gonna make this look like an outhouse, put the little crescent moon on it, you know. And we go this way. Might have to paint the backs of those two so it's not as obvious, or put something over it. We'll work that out when the time comes. But we're gonna go this way. As you can see, there is a little fence here too, which we can use. It doesn't have to be here necessarily. We can put it wherever we want, really. And they're gonna go this way. I have to also cover up this section as well because I don't want people to see in. There'll be another of the mesh walls here. Loop around and exit over here. So I just took a trip to Spirit Halloween. And as you can see, I have my dummy here in the park ranger costume. Of course, I want the blasted mask. I have to find it. But for now, I'm using DUI as an example here of a character. I might have to paint the hands slightly too so it matches the face better. And I have, of course, the little ranger cap on him. As you can see, he's just a dummy from Spirit. I'm going to have to fix this chair a bit. Kind of crappy, but it works. Don't worry. Trust me, it will work. I went to Spirit because not only did I get another hat for myself, but I also got, I'm going to pull out the packaging for you, this, which is a lifesaver. Spirit's Perma-BLOOD. Check that out. Which is not makeup blood. It's not in those big tubs that you find at Spirit or Walmart or whatever. This is permanent blood that is for prop decorative use, and it dries shiny. So we're going to try it out because I want some blood to be seeping onto his desk here. I think it's going to look really, really gnarly, and it's going to be a great entrance place. Along with the books, I'm going to have some other decorations on the desk as well. We're going to get this office kind of in shape and continue on with the remainder of the outdoor portion of the haunted trail. And so I present to you my first piece with some fake blood still lingering. Bad day at the office. Okay, so this is the Perma-BLOOD. Obviously, it's got to still settle in here, but you can see it dripping down the desk. You can see the thing that makes it great is it has that shine to it. Check that out. I also put it on his hand, put it on top of the hat, and I put a little on the wall. I wanted to see how it would look. I smeared my hand, which kind of wasn't a great idea because it said wear gloves. But you know what? I only read the instructions after I use the product. So there you go. But looks pretty cool. Got to find the right mask for him. Got to fix his chair. But it is coming along in here. Now we just have to expand this to the rest of the area. And look, in typical Mac fashion, I added a brain. Because zombies, obviously. And went ahead and added some more props and such. I found Blasted. So I finally found the Blasted mask, and I was even able to show off the little National Park Service emblem on the shirt. So that's quite cool. Got the brain dried up pretty good. There you can see that blood. And I have a flickering lamp, which looks kind of goofy, I'll admit, with this topper. I'm going to have to get a different one, but we'll see how it looks at night and make that determination. Got some other random props, and it looks, you know, a little plain during the day, but at night, that's the test, isn't it? It's always at night. So Jaden is over there currently talking to some of our scare actors for this year, and I have been at play here for Shelter 16. And may I say, this is turning out really cool, in my opinion. Really fun. So this is the first main area. This is the Ranger's station. As you can see, the Ranger, well, let's just say he's seen better days. Blasted, of course, is one of my favorite masks. I think this area looks so sick. You have the blood, the bloody handprints on the wall. You have some of the random decorations I put all over. I still have to put the missing kids on the board, or just missing people in general. We don't discriminate with just kids. And then we have the clock here, and the please, please, please is supposed to be like a boarded up kind of window. Just have some other stuff. The flash is on, by the way, I just realized, but that'll show you a bit of the light. And you go through and continue on that way. It's a work in progress, but a fun one. And here is the inside of the park ranger's office. Oh, Blasted may be my favorite mask that I own. It's so versatile and it's just so darn creepy. Look at that shadow he casts on the wall. Chef's kiss, if I do say so myself. You can't even see the rest of this, but there are details scattered about this room. Might have to light it just a tad more, we'll see. All right, and now it is getting pretty late, so we can actually take a look at Shelter 16. Have the boards right there, boarded up window, I suppose, and we enter into the Ranger's office, Ranger Station, with our poor friend, calling him George. Ranger George. He's missing his brain. Let's go on through. As you can see, we have the light set up here. We have a nice little camo net right here. We could have a scare actor back here. Gonna have Death Crawler and the Wolf. I'm really excited about those characters. We also have this Smokey the Bear sign, which is thematic, and it'll tie in because we're gonna have the zombie bear right about here. Then they're gonna turn, come back this way. So in theory, this will be an outhouse, by the way. But in theory, the same scare actor, which this is all great stuff right here, can scare people, you know, through here and around this corner. Perfect. Then we're gonna come this way. It's very dark, but you know, it's Halloween, should be. Then we have this water, which you cannot see very well, but the water is filled up in here a bit, hoping it will drain in time for October so we can get some fog in there, have the zombie. We're going to have one of the scare actors with actual, like a ghillie suit, zombie style costume. Very excited about that. And then these posts are here to usher in the little shelter here, and then the campsite, which will be the next part that we have to do. But it's coming along quite well.